Overwatch has been out for 8 years. It is a really complicated game with one of the highest skill ceilings and skill floors, and has millions of dedicated players at all ranks who try their best to compete and improve daily. Yet there is a huge disparity with that truth and the perceived value that we assign to each rank. I ran into a Reddit post the other day, and this Redditor was asking, at what rank can you consider yourself good at the game? They said they were plat, and they had a few friends who were in masters who keep saying that they are terrible at the game. If you've played Overwatch ranked or watched one single streamer who's fairly high ranked, you guys are familiar with this type of talking, this way of thinking about one another, where a player is being mocked by the players who are just a couple ranks ahead of them, who were once plat themselves probably. One of the Redditors said masters mid and up is what's considered good, which is kind of ridiculous. Here's a chart of the current rank distribution. So mid, masters, and up is like the top 1% of players, which is kind of a ridiculous threshold for the term good. Like top 1% is probably exceptional. Where is good at, right? Another Redditor said Masters 2 and above. Masters and above is what I'm seeing often. Top 500 is what somebody else said. So here's a graph of how I perceived good and bad when I was listening to this really all or nothing toxic thinking that's coming from the top 0.1% of players. As you can see, the top 0.2% of players are considered good, and everybody beneath that is poo tier. I hit GM3, and I thought I was pretty shit at the game because I was listening to people who were freaks of nature who were saying they were good and everybody else below them was bad. And I never really felt satisfied with my rank, and I always felt insecure when I would drop to masters, or I would drop in rank. The further away I got from that perceived threshold of good, which is ridiculously high and set by players whose perception is way off, the worse I felt about myself, and I felt stupid, I felt dumb, I felt like incapable, when in reality I was at like the top 0.5% of players with thousands of hours of work, and I was one tricking Winston. You know, like, I'm a lot lower ranked right now, but I'm a lot happier because I don't really listen to those players anymore, and I don't measure myself according to the metrics that they set. I've come to a more balanced and healthier view of myself and others that is more compassionate to both myself and others. The problem is when we start shitting on the people beneath us, when we have a bad day, we feel really bad about ourselves, and this is all comes from insecurity. If I need to establish that I am better than the people below me, and we get this quick, short lasting feeling better than somebody, but then when we have a bad day, we feel really bad about ourselves. And when we work really, really hard and we finally reach the rank that we've been wanting to achieve, we don't feel that great about ourselves. Here's a graph that I came up with that has a much healthier progression, that the players in X rank are better than average. The players above them should be considered good. The players above them should be considered really good. The players above them should be considered exceptional. And the players above them are virgins who need to take a bath and have never touched a blade of grass in their lives. Just think about if we applied this all or nothing thinking to other skills. Here's Paul Gilbert. He's pretty gnarly. Imagine if I said anyone who's worse than Paul Gilbert is bad at guitar, and Paul Gilbert's good at guitar. I would be greatly underestimating Paul Gilbert. He is a freak of nature. He is an incredible guitar player, and there's no shame in being half as good as him. Actually, if you're half as good at guitar as this guy, you're actually really good, because that's how good this guy is. And think about that when we go to Overwatch, of when you hit that rank, you're not thinking the people beneath you are bad. You're thinking those players are really good, and I just performed even better than they did. Now I'm not making them feel worse so that I can get this short-term boost to my ego, but I'm evaluating my skill level and my hard work in an appropriate way that is very satisfying and doesn't come back to hurt me when I perform worse. Honestly, this all just comes from insecurity. And actually, the really, really high ranked players are more insecure about their rank than most people. I'm not saying that's true for every high ranked player, but those are the players that I find need to tell me about their rank the most, talk about other people poorly the most, and it's really annoying. It's like you get into a game with these people and you talk with them and you realize that all they talk about is rank, and then they're so worried about losing it. They're so worried about you knowing how good they are. They can't talk about anything else, and it's really, really annoying. I just wanted to make this because I think we need a shift in our perception. We need to stop saying X ranked players are bad at the game. We need to start appropriately qualifying each rank. We shouldn't say plat players are shit at the game. I'm only saying that when I'm comparing them to me or somebody higher ranked than me. They're actually better than average, and most players will get destroyed by plat players. Diamond players are good. Masters players are really good. GM players are exceptional. Champion players are freaks of nature. And you don't even have to take my metrics of what is good and bad. Please don't, actually. If you're a single dad and you're pulling it up in ranked and you're in gold, you are really good. That is an achievement. You are average at a video game that people are trying really, really hard to play good at, and you have so many more stressors in life than these other people do. You have so much less time to spend on this game than others do, and you should feel good about that. If yesterday you couldn't land a pulse bomb and today you can, you land 2 or 3, then take satisfaction in that you are better than yesterday. Stop caring about who's good, who's not good, and where you lie on that spectrum, and just enjoy the process of getting better. Compare yourself to yesterday's you, not the Twitch streamer or even your own peak. This is a game, it's supposed to be fun, and I feel like so much of the toxic mentality around it comes from just insecurity, and I think we can fix a lot of that if we change our perception and our language around rank.